Hey, it's Monday. Time for another edition of the Classic Guitar Rock Daily Update. I didn't really have a dog in the fight yesterday, but congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for hoisting the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Congratulations to Travis Kelce for winning the Flaming A-Hole Award. Hope your team won yesterday. We've got news about another big what do we call these tours where you just get a whole bunch of people together? Well, last year they called it the Party Gras. So I guess it's Party Gras 2.0 this year. This will feature Bret Michaels of Poison. Joining Bret Michaels will be Lou Gramm, former Eagles guitarist Don Felder, and Twisted Sister frontman Dee Snider, along with the country singer Chris Janson. So they're going to go out on one of these big tours beginning this summer. And you remember a couple years ago, there was the big Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison tour. And Poison was kind of the surprise stars of that tour because they were really good. CC DeVille was really good, and people were surprised by that. But they just apparently put on a great show compared to Motley Crue. But they're doing it all again. At least it's not a full Poison tour. It's Bret Michaels and must be, his band, and with these other former members of bands that are going out with their solo groups as well. Bret says, quote, "We had such a great experience last year. What I think makes it come together, besides the friendship and the chemistry of the performers, is just the music, the timeless classic hits, and a lot of energy. It's hit songs. People feel like they're having a great time. They're singing. There's no bathroom breaks. It's just a great time from start to finish." And guys, I've said it before, and I ain't going to apologize. I'm not going to back down. The difference between music of the 80s and music of the 90s, music of the 80s was more fun. Grunge was not fun. Sorry. I know I'm going to get hate mail for that. It ain't. Party Gras 2.0. So watch for it this summer. You'll hear more about it. AC/DC. I've seen some conflicting information, but let me share what I have. AC/DC has announced that they will tour Europe this summer with a brand new lineup. 21-date Power Up Tour will kick off May 17th in Gelsenkirchen. That's in Germany. And is scheduled to conclude August 17th in Dublin. Now, here's what's interesting. They'll have a totally different rhythm section for the band. Yeah. So Phil Rudd, the drummer, and bassist Cliff Williams, neither of them will be performing on these dates. Lead guitarist Angus Young, singer Brian Johnson, and rhythm guitarist Stevie Young, who's the nephew of Angus Young, will be joined by Matt Logg on drums, who's from, I don't know what band he's from. And this says former Jane's Addiction bassist Chris Chaney. However, I saw something yesterday that said Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses would be playing bass. So I got to dig into that and see what the fact is. So interesting. Back to the Poison story, the Bret Michaels story. Tucker chimes in. He says, "Why doesn't Michaels just tour with Poison? Other members of the band must be annoyed." I don't know. That's a good question. We should find out about that. And Marlon agrees with me. The 90s sucked compared to the 80s. I agree. With that. Okay. I agree. Tucker again on AC/DC says AC/DC only England performance is Wembley Stadium. Tickets will be overpriced. Yeah. I think if you see any show in Wembley, you're going to pay a lot for it. You're going to pay a lot for any show now. But guys, we're in the waning years. We're in the twilight years. Most of these classic rock bands, another 10 years from now, you won't be able to see any of them. So if you want to see them live, you got to do it. I mean, this is the time. Okay. From the, "Oh boy, here I go again" file, and "Oh boy, I'm going to blow a gasket" file. This comes from two files. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation announced today the following nominees for 2024 induction: Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Eric B. and Rakim, Foreigner, yay! Peter Frampton, yay! Jane's Addiction, Kool and the Gang, Lenny Kravitz, Oasis. Actually, Oasis probably, it is the Hall of Fame. They were pretty famous. I mean, even though they're dork ratchets, they probably should be in there. Oh, Sinead O'Connor, Ozzy Osbourne solo, absolutely he should be in there. Sade, and A Tribe Called Quest. Foreigner received their first Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominations. We just saw that. They should have been in there 20 years ago. 30, stupid. Now, see, now I'm all ticked off. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is stupid, okay? Stupid on two grounds. Inducting bands that aren't rock and roll, that's stupid. So change it to the Music Hall of Fame. Okay, that'd solve that problem. Secondly, quit overlooking deserving rock bands for piece of crap bands or bands that aren't rock bands. Green Day went in before Foreigner. Huh? Nina Simone and Tom Waits went in before Foreigner. And guess what? Kansas still isn't in. Styx isn't in. Boston isn't in. I'm going to go have to take my meds. So, Foreigner received their first Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nomination this year. No doubt a moment of vindication for the long overlooked rockers. You think, well, they haven't got in. There's no guarantee they'll get in. A Tribe Called Quest might go in before them. So stupid. The nomination also raised an interesting prospect about Foreigner. If Foreigner gets inducted and their regular touring lineup performs at the ceremony, then 0 of the members on stage will actually enter the Hall's 2024 class. Absolutely. That's true. That's why you should have done it while they didn't induct Yes until Chris Squire had already died. The people running the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are idiots. Okay? They're idiots. Just throw it out there. The whole organization is idiotic and stupid, and yet here I am talking about it. Makes me so angry. So the nominations for Foreigner will be extended to the classic era members, which I get that. I don't have a problem with that. Dennis Elliott, Ed Gagliardi, Lou Gramm, Al Greenwood, Mick Jones, Ian McDonald, and Rick Wills. Rick Wills only played on Foreigner 4, I think. Did he play on the one after that? Rick Wills. So he's lucky to get in, personally. I mean, he played on a couple albums. But yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That's the group that had all the success, right? The touring group now, even though they're a great touring band, they're not the ones that put out the classic album. They shouldn't be in there. Kelly Hansen shouldn't be in there. I mean, he's a great singer. It's great that they're out touring, but I don't think he expects to be in. They haven't put out anything since Lou Gramm left worthy of, so whatever. Mean Machine Radio Show chiming in. Hi, Mean Machine. Foreigner not being in is a travesty. Absolutely a travesty. It's ridiculous. There should be some type of jail time for someone. It's ridiculous. This, I hadn't even thought this, but I agree. Billy Squier should be in. Absolutely, Billy Squier should be in. Absolutely, Billy Squier should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No one's ever even mentioned him. I don't know. Let's just move on. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, joke, crap. In a new interview with Mexico's Summa Inferno, Judas Priest guitarist Richie Faulkner was asked how much longer he thinks the band can keep touring and recording. I'm getting this from Blabbermouth. Quote, well, it's not for me to say, really. Those guys were the originators of Priest metal, and they're still doing it, and it's up to them, really. If they ever feel like they want to do it or they can't, if they ever feel like they don't want to do it or they can't do it anymore, that's for them to decide. When I joined the band, it was only for one tour, and that was going to be the farewell tour. So obviously, I've had to think about what I'm going to do after Priest from that time. For all I know, that was going to be the only tour. And then I'd have to do something after that. So it's always been a part of my mindset. But as long as Priest are here and we all want to do it together and they want to do it and push on, then I'm for it. I'm here to fly the flag for them however long they want to do it. Richie Faulkner, I like him. He's good, great player. He's awesome. Now, back in 2019, Ian Hill, original member of Priest, told Canada's Thorn of Rock radio show that there were no plans for the band to retire anytime soon. We've done it for 50 years, and it would just seem strange if we stopped. Having said that, we thoroughly enjoy what we're doing, which is the main motivation these days, and there's no reason to stop. As long as we can put on quality performances and put out quality music, we'll keep on doing so. And as long as the fine people who are the Priest fans are happy with that, there's no reason for us to stop. Okay. Few comments that I don't know that I got to all of them. Mean Machine says, you already said it. Why are bands that are not rock bands being considered? This reminds me of the early days of MTV and the mismanagement there. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. See if there's anything else I missed here. Talkzilla X. Hi, Talkzilla. Thanks for tuning in, and I love your picture there. What's not to like about Godzilla playing a bass? I mean, that is cool. Talkzilla says, I agree. 80s was much more fun, I think. Hard to remember the 80s sometimes. That's also true. Absolutely. Guys, I got all fired up. I got fired up about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What can you do about it? What can you do about it? Every year, I think they're just trolling us all. I really think they purposefully skip over deserving bands and then pick, a Tribe Called Quest or Missy Elliott or whoever the heck is. Sinead O'Connor, really? Though I love Kool and the Gang. That one doesn't bug me. It doesn't. Are they rock and roll? This is the whole debate. I said I was going to shut up, and here I'm still going. This is the whole debate. Is rap rock? Is it? I don't have a problem with Kool and the Gang because here's the deal. I was thinking about this. What makes rock and roll rock and roll? What makes rock and roll rock and roll? I think up-tempo. Is rap up-tempo? Much of it is. I think, I'm biased, electric guitars, rock and roll. Okay. Up-tempo, electric guitars, probably rock and roll. Kool and the Gang has up-tempo, electric guitars, they're rock and roll. And here's the other thing. It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay. Fame. There are some bands in there that were not famous. I mean, yeah, they might have been influential to a small group of people, right? But are they famous? So I don't know. Maybe the thing that irks me the most is the deserving bands that get passed over. Okay. When you're in a universe where Nina Simone and Tom Waits go in before Yes, and go in before Foreigner and go in, there are still bands like Kansas and Boston and Styx that aren't in. That's messed up. Okay. Messed up. Okay. Ridiculous. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for your comments. Those of you that commented, thank you for following us on X, on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you follow us. Thank you very much. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Love you all. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.